Good morning. If anybody pops in today, I've been live for a hot second. I wanted to do my devotion this morning, but my other device will not connect to the Wi-Fi. So, I recorded it, but then I was like, wait, I can't upload it. So I've taken pictures of the devotion so that I could do it here if you guys want. Because I can't do record and read it at the same time on this one. So I need my other device to the Wi-Fi for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. Hey, Miss Southern Belle, how are you? It's a weird. I forgot my tripod, so I'm like propping it up, and I'm like trying to read it. I'm not too bad. I am in Danville, Illinois right now. Nobody will come and hunt me down because I'm leaving today. So thank you. Danville, Illinois, home of Dick Van Dyke. But I thought maybe I would do my devotion, my quiet time during the live because this device, this other phone, has no service, but I can always connect to Wi-Fi. And that's how I do my devotions. I record it on here, I read it from this one, and then I post it with this one. So I recorded it this morning, and then it won't connect to the Wi-Fi, so I can't post it. So I was like, dang it. So I took a picture of the devotions so that I could like read it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Been a crazy few days. Tomorrow, I was gonna stay here until tomorrow, and then I remembered I can't do that because tomorrow the tree company is coming and taking down the rest of our forest, and also tomorrow a repair guy is coming for our washing machine. So I can't stay till tomorrow because I don't know when they're coming tomorrow. So I gotta be there regardless. I feel like I stepped on something that I shouldn't have. Hey, Bionic Bull, how are you doing this morning? Good morning, good morning. I guess in some places, though, it's afternoon now. I am on Central Time right now, so it's still morning. But if I was at home, it would already be noon. So good afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning. But I discovered that for some reason, this phone with no service that I got to keep will not connect to the Wi-Fi in this hotel room, and I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't even show up that there is a Wi-Fi connection to connect to. Like it's not picking it up. And I don't understand because this phone, my actual phone, is connected. So it's not the hotel. The hotel isn't the issue. I don't understand. Yeah, it's almost 11 here too. You're at work. Fun, fun, fun. They're still doing so many changes at my work that it's stressing me out. Like they went as far as it's not even about functionality of their business anymore. They took away my chair. Kennel Tech, Kennel had a chair. I sat in it when I cleaned up crickets. I sat in it when I cut nails and cleaned ears. I sat in it to do paperwork. Salespeople come back and take a 5, you know, and I take a 5 sitting in it. They took away the chair. It wasn't even their chair to take. An employee had brought in the chair. They took away the chair. Why? None of the other kennel techs at the other locations have chairs. Well, maybe they need one. Why are you taking ours? Maybe they're the ones in the wrong, not us. Take away our chair. When I work Friday and Saturday, I work 12 and a half hours each day. You're telling me I can't sit down at all? Like, come on. Come on. And I'm not going to sit down on the floor. I'm old. If I sit down on the floor after I clean that wall and all of that jazz, I ain't getting back up. A tech video? What do you mean? But I'm like, I'm half tempted to bring one of my comfy lawn chairs, like my camp chair, bring it into kennel, sit on it, so they can look at me on the cameras, and I'll be like, can't tell us we can't sit down on a chair. Like, come on. Right? Right? Like, can't sit? I mean, and sure, we can go out back and sit down outside, but if it's pouring down rain, we can't do that. So we can't sit anywhere. I'm like thinking, okay, so you took away Kennel Tech's chair. Maybe the office shouldn't have a chair. Maybe when you're doing paperwork in the office, you shouldn't no, they shouldn't be able to sit. Like, really? I don't understand. It's the stupidest thing. We do get breaks. We do. But apparently we're not allowed to sit down unless we sit on the floor. I, I don't understand. We get we get 5-minute breaks um, every so often. We get a half-hour lunch if we've been there for at least 6 hours. When I'm there for 12, I get an hour. Half the time, I don't even take a 5-minute break because I've got so much to do. I'll take my lunch, but I don't really take my fives because I've got so much to do. But now, like when I'm overheating after I've done cleaned out 20 dog kennels, I can't sit down and like catch my breath and like woo, you know, unless I sit on the floor. I ain't getting back up if I sit down on the floor, and the floor is dirty. The floor is dirty. I don't know. Oh, StreamYard Tech, how to be a pickle. I haven't been a pickle in a long time. I would have to figure it out again. But I am streaming from StreamYard mobily. I'm not using my laptop or anything. Um, I'm really excited that I can do that because I thought you had to start StreamYard through a laptop and then to stream with it. And like, because all before I would start StreamYard on my laptop and then add myself to the panel with my phone, but apparently you don't have to do that because here I am. Go sit in your car. I could sit in my car. The manager is not gonna see. Corporate is the one that runs things. The manager, we don't have a store manager right now. We have 3 assistant managers, I guess. Our store manager had quit. So right now, what corporate says goes, and management is not going to challenge them. So, and they took away other things like they were always saying USDA regulations. They want proof that we're taking care of the puppies properly, that we're doing what we need to do. We had bath lists. We had a clipboard that had a list of the dogs and their collar numbers, and they got a bath today. They got their nails cut today. We initial when we do it, so that we have a record. And when they come in for inspection, they want proof that we have done these things for these dogs, so to make sure that we're doing what we should be doing. They just had me on Monday shredding papers, and some of them were old, so that's fine. But I'm like, they not only have had me shredding the papers, they took away our current bath list. And I'm like, so we record this how? No more bath lists. We used to just bathe the dog. We used to cut nails and clean ears Fridays, record that. They got those done today. And then whatever's not initialed still needs to get done. Sundays, the dogs get baths. In between, obviously, if they've rolled around in their crap, we'll bathe them. If they need to be brushed in between, we'll brush them. But everybody got a bath on Sunday. Let's see. I have a Samsung Galaxy S21. Hey, Susan. Uh, oh, you didn't get a notification? Hey, Mr. J. So, yeah, they took away our bath. So, the dogs get baths on Sundays, nails and ears on Fridays, blah, 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 blah. They took away our list. Like, first off, how are we supposed to know if said person over here bathed a dog and cleaned the ears and cut the nails if we can't record it? And if when USDA, whatever, comes in to inspect and ask for proof that we've done these things, we have nothing because you took it away. I, I don't understand. So me and one of the other kennel techs already, I didn't work yesterday, but she was texting me, and she was like, they just took it all away, and like, among other things like our chair. And it's like, you know what? They can't tell us how we can keep track of what we are doing. So we can have our own paperwork. And if they don't want us keeping paperwork, at the end of the week, we'll throw it out. But in the meantime, we're going to mark down who we've bathed, who we've cut nails, who we've cleaned ears, and have that information on there for ourselves. They can't tell us we can't. It doesn't make sense to me, these changes. Like it's been going on for years this way, and all of a sudden we're making changes. I agree. I don't understand. I don't understand. And like, I had gone when I was working on Monday because I said I would, even though I'm down to 2 days. I haven't done 2 days yet because I cashiered on Monday. But I walked back into the kennel briefly, and a list of the who needs worming treatments, the preventative worming treatments. We had a paper for that too, with their med sheets and everything. I don't know if they've done away with that, but the worming list was written on the whiteboard. And I'm like, why? Why was it written on the whiteboard? We have paper. So I'm starting to wonder if they took away our med sheets too. I'm really confused. It's not that it's more confusing since my hours got cut. It's more confusing since our store manager quit and corporate has stepped in to make changes. Corporate has stepped in to make all these changes, and we're really short-staffed. But they're making changes that are ridiculous now. Like, take away our chair. I work the 2 days that I work 12 hours, 12 and a half hours some days. And I can't sit down unless I sit down on the floor, which I'll never get back up from because after 12 hours, I'm sore. I, I don't understand. Hey, Nana, can I make videos? What do you mean? Can I make videos on how to do? I can try. I can try. I am in Illinois today, but and I am going to be getting that ferret, guys. I am going to be getting that ferret. Her name is going to be Ivy. They actually gave me an additional $10 off, so she's going to be $165 when in actuality, for the retail cost is $350. So I'm getting a more than half off on her. And then, so if I get back into town before the store closes today, I'm picking her up today. If not, I'll grab her tomorrow. She's such a sweetheart. I have a cage for her. I want to get, we sell a kind of food that is actually not that great for her, but I'll have to buy a small bag because I don't want to hard switch her. That's what she's eating there. But I'll be switching her to something better. Kitten food is actually more healthy. It's high in protein. They need protein. They're strictly carnivores. So she can't have anything that is vegetable or anything like that. It's strictly meat. So she can have high protein meat baby food. She can have kitten food. She can have chicken. Like, I can get chicken breast from the store, thaw that out, cook it, give her chicken. She can eat live prey. If I really wanted to, I could go and get feeder mice and bring them home for her. But I think, no, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Nope, not happening. That's hard enough to feed them to my snakes. Hey, Mr. Doughboy. But yeah, so I am in Illinois today. I would stay another night. My plan was to stay another night. I got here yesterday. But I have to be at home tomorrow because tree people are coming to take down our tree and our bushes, our forest. They're taking down our forest. And I have to be there for that to sign the paper. And I don't know when they're coming. In addition to that, the washing machine repair guy is coming. Yes, we just bought a new washer and dryer, and already the temperature sensor is not working. So we can't even wash our clothes. So, washing machine guy is coming. Tree people are coming. I gotta be there for that. Yes, it's unacceptable. But, oy vey. And then we went out to eat yesterday. My husband and I, we went out to eat at this little tavern thing. The food was really good, but I kid you not, we paid $2 for our pop or soda or whatever. And that's a common cost at a restaurant, yes. She plops down a can of Pepsi for me, a can of Dr. Pepper for him, and I'm like, we're paying $2 for this little can of pop. There's no refills because it's a can of pop. Like, really? It's not even a fountain drink that has refills. It's a can of pop and a plastic cup that we can pour it into. That's what we got. Disappointed in that. How many animals does that make now? Okay, let's count. Remy, my Quaker. Andy, my chinchilla. Jax, my bunny. Wilma and Mia Wait, I'm already lost. Okay, let's start with the dogs. 2 dogs, Bella and Brinley. 2 cats, Shadow and Sage. Jax, my bunny. Wilma and Mia, my guinea pigs. Andy, my chinchilla. Remy, my bird. Then I've got, okay, that's already 9. I need a piece of paper. Then I've got Phoebe, Sylvie, Ebony, Kato. That's 4 rats. And then I have Simone and Parker. So I have 7 rats because Simone and Parker are brand new to me, but they're elderly. I took them in from my coworker who quit. So that's 7 rats. So 9 plus 7. What's 9 plus 7? I don't do math in my head. I'm gonna actually, as I add animals, I'm going to just use my calculator here. So, where's my calculator? How is there not a calculator on this phone? I know I have one. There it is. And then I have 2 hermit crabs. I have 5 snakes, except one is missing. I have a hamster. I have 6 cockroaches. I have a tarantula. I have a jumping spider. Um, I know I'm missing something. Yes, I am missing something. I have a bearded dragon. I have a leopard gecko. I have Lordy. I'm at 32 now. No, I'm not. I'm at 33 now. 34. I'm at 34. Oh, I've got fish. So, I mean, if you count I'm not counting like numbers of fish. So I'll count my fish tanks. I got 1, 2 fish tanks, but then a fish tub outside. So that's 3 fish tanks. That's 37 if you don't include all the fish that are included in there. When you can't, you're giving my husband a point. Don't help him. Don't help him. Because when I feed everybody at night, I'm running through my head. I'm like, okay, I fed this one, fed that one. He's like, if you have to stand there and make a mental note of who you fed, you have too many. Shh, don't help him. That's 37. Probably that's about it because I used to have like 42, but recently I lost a couple of rats. They died. So, with the deaths, it brought the numbers down a little bit. So then if you add my ferret that I'm going to get, it's 38. So 38 animals? 38. I would love to have your sugar gliders, but I don't have a place to put them. But he keeps letting me get more. He does. I mean, he did say after this ferret, absolutely no more. But you all know he has said no more multiple times in the past, and he still lets me. But yeah, I want to have a zoo, not a zoo. I want to have a rescue, but I would love to have a house that has land and I can have land. But hey, Kathy. Well, then it says it. He loves me. That's what it is. Like he doesn't like it. It drives him crazy, but he loves me, so he lets me. Yes, 38 animals. And it's only 38 if you don't count all the fish individually. Because I've got 2 goldfish, I've got a betta fish, we've got a Jack Dempsey, we've got a like 3 other African cichlids, we've got a bunch of guppies that just had babies, a crawfish that's in the tub outside. So change the name. So, and you know what's really cool, you guys? I was talking to a friend and they were like, you should just, because I was like, I would really like to have a rescue. And they were like, you should do that. And I'm like, but I don't want to rent a place. I'd like to have land. I don't want to rent a place to bring in rescues and, find them homes and stuff like that. And then on Monday, I was cashiering. No, it wasn't this Monday. No, it wasn't this Monday. It was Friday or Saturday. I was cashiering because I was covering for somebody, the cashier, to take her break. I would love to, Mr. J. I would love to. But I was covering for her to take her break. And this lady came in and she was buying feeders. And we were talking. And she said she runs her own wildlife sanctuary. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, the difference is I wanted to do a rescue with domesticated animals and, pets that need homes and, pets that were neglected and things like that. She does wildlife. But at the same time, I was like, that's still helping animals. And I just kind of jokingly said, I need to come work for you. She said, give me your phone number. So we'll see what comes from that. Let's see, what am I missing here? Me? I just washed it earlier. It's not even really brushed since it was wet. But thank you. So yeah, I'm like, ooh. But the thing is, if I quit my job, then I lose the discount and I have 38 animals I need to feed. But I was like, working at a wildlife sanctuary would be so cool. My husband goes, none of those animals are coming home. And I'm like, not even a baby skunk? He's like, we don't need any possums running around the house, no wolves. I'm like, oh, no fun. You're waiting for somebody to come to the house too? Ron is waiting for a contractor. When I get home tomorrow, I was going to stay here. I'm in Illinois right now, but I was going to stay here an extra night. But I have to be back. I'm get back later today because tomorrow I need to be there because I'm waiting for the tree people that are coming to take down our tree and our bushes and stuff like that, and the washing machine repair person. They're both coming tomorrow. See, that That would be my thing about working in the shelter, is wanting to take them all home. I already want to do that at the pet store, obviously. And our local animal shelter right now just lost a little. They found a neglected dog. Um, he was emaciated. He was so skinny he couldn't even walk. He had no muscle. Like his muscle was just like melted away. Um, and they did everything that they could for him. They're still looking for who got him in that situation. But the other day he passed away. They couldn't save him. Skunks, I've actually heard skunks make really good pets, after they're descented and all of that. I've heard they make really good pets. But yeah, so this little doggy had passed away, and it makes me angry that people let their animals get to that point. And they don't have so many dogs at the animal shelter right now. I think there's 7. But they've got like 40 some odd cats. A lot of them are kittens. Like 40 cats, 7 dogs, and they've got a few rabbits. And I should have one animal named Belle. My Shih Tzu is Bella. Does that count? But yeah, the ferret, I'm gonna name the ferret Ivy. Yes, I have one named Bella. And not only now is she scared of fireworks this year, like this year was her first year being scared of fireworks, she's now scared of thunderstorms. She's 6 years old. She's never been scared of these things before. Now, suddenly this year, she's scared of fireworks and she's scared of thunderstorms. The night before I got here, um, I was laying in bed trying to sleep. All of a sudden, there's a flash of lightning, boom of thunder. The dog immediately starts shaking. And then she was like glued to me. So all of a sudden, scared of storms, scared of fireworks. Ah, your Nova is named Bella. I gotta listen now, says Southern Belle. Yeah, and for some reason in this hotel, like this phone that I'm streaming on gets the Wi-Fi from the hotel. This one doesn't, and I don't know why. Don't know why. So I like did my usual. I recorded my quiet time. It's on this phone, but I'm like, well, great. I recorded it. Now what? Because I can't post it. So it's on here. We can listen to it. I can't post it because this phone is not picking up the Wi-Fi. I don't understand. It's on. It's not even popping up that there's any Wi-Fi's to pick up. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I did. I restarted it. I turned it all the way off, turned it back on, turned the Wi-Fi off, turned it back on multiple times. Not working. I know it's not the hotel's problem because I'm connected to this one. I don't understand. And I didn't have a problem with it the last time I used it. So I don't know. I don't know. Try rinsing it in the sink. Now, this phone has been in water. I mean, it was 3 years ago that I ended up dropping it in a little pond. In a little pond. It was waist deep. and I dropped it and it fell in and it was in there for a good 5 minutes. I couldn't see it because the water wasn't clear, so I was like feeling around on the ground with my feet trying to find it. By the time I found it, yeah, it was very, very wet, but it still works. Except for today, it doesn't want to get the Wi-Fi. Sweet talk it. Now I see why the do shows like pickles and pearls gotta take care of the animals, but some people, yes, some people are very cruel. Like this little dog, oh my goodness, at our animal shelter, he was so stinking cute. I would show you a picture, except he doesn't connect. Um, he looked like he could be like a beagle type mix or whatever, just a little guy. And yeah, he didn't make it. I dropped my phone in the water. That's out of it, and I just pick it up, washed it, put it in the drainer. Like, ah. Yeah, they had him, and they were doing blood tests. They were doing, um, gave him an IV. He had good days, he had bad days, but he was just so weak because he was so stinking skinny that yeah, he just didn't make it. That angers me. So the people who abandoned him, wherever they abandoned him, um, they're still looking. They wanna bring them to justice, and so that's good. I just hope we can locate them. Washed it like a plate. That's funny. I was getting ready to leave to come here yesterday, and I had my phone stuffed in here, like women do. And I'm walking around, I had my purse, I had my duffel bag, and I'm walking out and I'm like, where's my phone? I'm like, I forgot it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's right there. I was crocheting earlier. I was teaching a friend how. She was like, come teach me how. But she's just doing rows and stuff. This is what I have done. She was like, you got to teach me. So I've been doing this. She's like, you've got to teach me how. But she's so funny because I was trying to show her and she looks so awkward when she's holding on to the hook, like, and the yarn. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, she's doing a lot better, but she still needs to. I said, now that you know your stitches, you just have to do them in a special way to get this. So I was doing this yesterday, sitting here watching TV, doing this one. And I was figuring I was just going to make this bigger and bigger and bigger until it became like a granny square blanket. And actually, my friend's boyfriend, he was like, he got himself a hook and some yarn because he wanted to learn too. He's like, ooh, he's like, I want to try. He looked even more awkward, but it was funny. I always told my mom not to put it there because of the radiation. She said, yours is in your pocket and not doing as much. She's got a point. She's got a point. I mean, what difference does it make if it's up here or if it's down here or in the side? But my mother will be, don't put it there. And I'm like, it's not like I keep it there for hours. Like it's a very short, it went from like that morning when I left, it literally was there from the time I left the house till I got in the car. And then I took it out. because I wear leggings. I don't have pockets in my leggings, so I had to put it somewhere. And if I put it in my purse, it goes into the abyss. It's just funny though. It got really quiet in here now that the AC stopped. I'm getting hungry. And you know why that is? Because it's 11:30 and I haven't eaten anything. I've got junk food, but I don't think I should have junk food for breakfast. What do you think? Junk food for breakfast? I've got pretzels. I've got pretzels. I've got Cheeto Puffs. I've got chocolate, little chocolates over here. Let me get them. I got little chocolates. There's bananas here, but they're my husband's. I can't steal his bananas. He'd be very upset with me if I took his bananas. What? You got cooties. Why do you got cooties? Shh, don't tell anybody. So I'm gonna eat a dark chocolate is good for you. So one little dark chocolate, and that'll be my breakfast and my lunch, and then I can have junk food. What do you think? How you doing, David? Now I can't talk because I got melting chocolate. Mm, I like dark chocolate. I can't eat a lot of it though, and I can't talk while I'm eating it because I'm salivating. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Yum. Anyone want some? There's a whole bag. Whole bag of chocolate. Got Mr. Good Bar in here. I'm still salivating. Crackle. Hershey's milk chocolate. Got the dark chocolate. Anyone want one? My husband bought these. Serving size, 4 pieces. Cruel. Hair is still drying. Ow. Having a bad hair morning. Okay, here we go. There we go. That's better. Ish. I'm so excited to get my ferret. I was playing with her. She likes bubbles. So eventually plan on getting a battery up bat a battery operated bubble machine so she can have fun with that. We sell a little ball pit at work. She can play with those. They like toys that jingle. So any cat toys that jingle, like the little balls with bells in them, anything like that she'll like. Scratching posts and things that she can climb on. I'm excited. So what's everybody up to today? It's Wednesday. Wednesday. I got asked on Monday while I was cashiering if I could do it again next week. And I was like, no. Just seriously, I dropped down to 2 days a week. And I have yet to only do the 2 days a week because I keep getting asked if I can fill in for this or fill in for that. No, 2 days a week. Everybody got quiet. Everybody ran off because David has cooties. He came in, said he had cooties, and everybody's taken off. Yes, they do. They do. And get this though, the manager that asked me on Sunday, it was super, super, super busy. And I got asked if I could fill in because somebody called off, and I was like, I can't because I'm busy. My husband's here. I can't. And I won't do that when he's there. But we'd gone in at a certain point because we got a new litter box for the cats. I'm sick and tired of the small ones where they're kicking the litter everywhere, whatever. So we got one of the covered ones. While we're there, the other manager said, it's been crazy. And the one manager that asked if I would cover wasn't working. And he got called and he said, if I was going to work today, it would have been in the morning. Okay. Trouble is, we're slammed now. Come in and help. He wouldn't do it because it wasn't the right time of day for him. So I was like, wow, you are a manager. And you just totally said to your coworkers, you're on your own, screw you. So when he asks me if I want to take up a shift because they're short, I really just want to tell him, I'm sorry, it's not the right time of day for me. Like, how do you, and then he came in the next morning, hello, friends. And I just wanted to be like, we're all mad at you. Oh yeah, and I'm very, very curious as to what they're paying this new kennel person that they hired. They've hired another one, and I'm really curious on what they don't want us to share what we get paid because I'm pretty sure I would put money down on it that she's making more than me. Yeah, I don't know why and I get to a point, I get that they're short staffed and they need the help, but I went down to 2 days a week for a reason. So, I mean, gotta pretend that I don't exist the rest of the week. Like, I don't know. But yeah, since I dropped 2 days a week, I have not done just 2 days a week. This week, I've already worked on Monday. I worked 9 in the morning until 3. A little after 3, I think. Friday and Saturday, I will be there 12 hours each, 12 and a half hours, depending. That'll be 3 days. Next week, I'm literally scheduled for the 2 days, so we'll see if I get called. He'd already asked me, but we'll see if I get called for a different day. Oh, I'm sure she is because the other one that I trained that quit right after her first week was making $3 more than me. So I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure she is. My hair is doing the weirdest things right now. Hold that back. And it just makes me not want to be there. Like, do you appreciate me being here or don't you? Like, I've picked up the slack. I've like I never call off, and I've picked up shifts, and let's just bring in a brand new person who doesn't know what they're doing and let them make more. Uh, yes, that's exactly it. I trained this one person um, for the first week that she was there, knowing she was making $3 more an hour than me. And then after I trained her, she quit. Now there's this new person, and I can almost guarantee she's making more. So, and they don't like us sharing. I mean, technically, you can't tell your employees they cannot share what they make, but they don't like that because then they can't be sneaky like that. They can pay people how they want to. But technically they're not supposed to be they're not it's not ethical for them to say you can't discuss what you guys make. And hey, if they want to fire us for discussing it, they won't have any people. So we're already short. They can't afford to fire anybody. But my husband keeps saying that we all need to just form a line and walk out because they're messing with us. Like, they took away my dang chair. I'm not allowed to sit when I work for 12 hours. So, I mean, it's like they're trying to make us angry and see what we'll do. I just don't understand. I don't make the necessary changes, but leave other things alone that are not harming your business, like my chair. My chair. I'm too old to get down on that floor and sit because then my body's gonna go, okay, we're done, and I'm not getting back up. Nope, nope. It's privately owned. Privately owned. There are like just like 4 or 5 locations. There, uh, our locate. We're the only one in the city that I live in, and then in Indianapolis and surrounding areas in Indianapolis, there are 3 or 4 others. And that's it. We're the furthest away from corporate. We're 2 hours away from the corporate office, so we tend to get neglected a little bit. But now they're like, well, the other locations don't have a chair. Okay, well, I feel sorry for them. Why don't you give them a chair instead of taking ours away? You leaving already, David? Have a good day. I'm always good. But yeah, I just I don't get it. I don't get why they're making the changes that they're making and it's like they're making all the changes in the kennel. Like, they're not making cashier changes. They're not making well, they made some sales changes, but the sales changes are for the benefit of sales and giving kennel more to do. So it's like they're really screwing around with the kennel position. Yeah, see, and that's what they're not doing is they're not adjusting the pay for the current people. I can understand, you know, paying more for people because a lot of places are paying a lot of money. So there's a competition out there now for people. So, yes, okay, if you want to make hire in this person at a higher rate, great. But don't leave me sitting here with my puny little pay rate. Like, adjust it, but they don't want to. They don't want to do it. That's why they want us to not discuss what we're making because then they can leave us little people down here and hire in the others at a higher rate. So I'm like, psh, okay, Susan. Yeah, it's just like you feel really, when you've been there, as long as you've been there, you feel really unappreciated when, because the person, the lead kennel that just quit, she was there for 8 years, hadn't had a raise in 3 years, and she was making what this new person came in at. And she was like, that's fine, but I'd like a raise. I've been here for 8 years. I haven't had a raise in three. And they're like, we'll think about it. She was like, screw that. She's out. She's gone. She quit. When you're going to treat your loyal people like that, you're going to lose them. Apparently, it's not exercise enough to take those heavy grates out and wash them and put them back. Like my carpal tunnel is screaming at me because they were like, we don't even like how they're not being cleaned well enough. So I've got this stupid little sponge and I'm going in my hand hurts. It hurts all in here from like my wrist, my fingers right in here hurts because I'm doing all this extra stuff that they, mm, yes, I have carpal tunnel. I used to groom dogs. Grooming dogs, you get carpal tunnel. I've got special scissors that swivel so that I do less wrist movement. But that doesn't matter because as I'm doing that with my swivel scissors, I'm restraining. See, even when I just did that, it hurts right here. But restraining a dog, trying to hold them still. So I got carpal tunnel on both sides. But now that I am trying to do all this extra stuff that Kennel wants me to do, it hurts. And they're not like compensating for. I already still have some nerve pain from when I had shingles. I still have scars. Right here. These are scars from when I had shingles. But who cares if I'm in pain? Who cares? You can't sit down. I was like, they asked me the one time, what do you use the chair for? And I was like, well, I sit down to do paperwork. Um, they're like, you can stand to do that. I also sit there to cut the dog's nails. I also sit there to clean their ears. I guess I got to get down on the floor for that. But then I'm like, if we're not allowed to sit in kennel, maybe office should have their chair taken away. They can do their emails and their paperwork and all that stuff on their feet, right? Why do they get to sit? Why is kennel not allowed to sit? Like, why are we not allowed to sit for any amount of time at all in between what we're doing to take a short break? Like, after we clean the wall, it's exhausting. I'm sweating when I'm done. I'd like to take a breather. Apparently, we're not allowed. But more and more, I'm like, the more that corporate changes things, the more I'm just ready to hit the road. I'll miss the people that I work with, but, if I leave, though, then they're even more short-staffed. And my husband's like, who cares? Don't do corporate any favors. And I'm like, it's not corporate I'm worried about. It's the people I work for because it affects them. It makes them more stressed out. Um, and I don't want to do that to them. I could care less. I couldn't care less how it affects corporate. It's how it affects everybody else that I work with. And yeah, but I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, ooh, I forgot in the fridge are there's fajita, leftover fajitas in the fridge that I was told I can eat. That'll be my lunch, is the fajitas. I hope they're good. Yeah, I lost everybody. I went from like 10 people to 8 people to 3 people. Yeah, fajitas. He got them yesterday at some Mexican restaurant nearby and didn't finish them, so he said they're in there. He said they put them in a styrofoam container though, so bring a plate with me. So I brought a plate from home so I can heat them up. I just don't have anything to drink. That's the thing. I forgot my water bottle at home, so I don't have anything to drink. I might have to go downstairs to the front desk and see if I can have water or something. Although I can just drink out of the faucet, I suppose. Like we do have a cup. I have my cup from yesterday when we went to the tavern and got our $2 can of pop, and I kept that, so I'll just rinse it out and drink water with my fajitas. Yep, no styrofoam in the microwave. I don't want to eat melted styrofoam on my fajitas. That doesn't sound appetizing at all. Oh, on this bed, you got to look at this. This drives me crazy. I'm not OCD, but look at this. Look at the headboard. Are they not missing something here? Ah, where are the other two squares? What kind of design is that? It drives me crazy. I don't have OCD, but that drives me crazy. I agree with you. I do agree with you. But they're all about making money, not giving it away. And yeah, like something as simple as a chair, really? And it wasn't even their chair to take. Some employee years ago brought it in so they could, we could sit down and take 5-minute breaks or whatever, you know. And they just took it. It's not theirs to take, but they took it. No, they're stuck to the board. They're stuck. So I'm wondering if there used to be 2 more and they're gone, but there's no indication on this board that there ever was. So I don't know. Maybe the person who designed it had ADHD and forgot they weren't finished. I don't know, but it drives me crazy. It's not complete. They're stuck. They're stuck. they're stuck on there so well that I can't imagine that others fell off. I'm like, at least, like, I don't understand why three over there and nothing over. I don't get it. It's a nice headboard, but yeah, I just, I don't, and it's bugging me. I took a picture of it and I sent it to my son because he has a little bit of OCD. And I took a picture of it and sent it to him. I said, "Does this bother you?" He goes, "What is that?" I said, "It's the headboard at the hotel." It's like, why is there only three? And I'm like, that's the point. I don't know. Yeah, it is a nice headboard. I just wish they would have completed it or like did a different, like put one on either end or like two over there and two over there with nothing in the center or I don't know, but this drives me crazy. Hey, Susan, welcome back. No, it's not mine. That if that if I saw this in a store, I wouldn't buy it because yes, it's a nice headboard, but it isn't finished. I'd have to like paint some squares on here or something to finish it off. But yeah, this is a hotel room, so I part of me wants to go down to the desk and be like, okay, why does the headboard look like this, and where are the other two squares? Anyway, what would they do if a worker came in a wheelchair? I don't know. I don't know. But I really, really want to on Friday bring my camp chair in, my nice folding cushy chair, put it in kennel, sit down and stare at the camera. What are you going to do? Fire me? Because I'm not leaving that. I wouldn't leave it there. I would bring it with me at the end of my shift. Like, what are you going to do to me for sitting in this chair? I really want to. Go demand a new room. That's funny. The funny thing is, I wasn't originally going to come, and this is my husband's room for because he's away for work, and I came to visit. But he was the few times that I planned to go, like last week, I was in Illinois as well, but just a different city. And the room, knowing that I'm going, they upgraded his room, and literally it was a double bed, double bed, double bed. I have a queen at home. Double beds are tiny. I was like, I can't sleep because I can't move. Like I'm like, this is a tiny bed. Both times that we had a room when he was out of town, we got a double bed. I'm like, this is stupid. So he comes here thinking he's the only one. I'm not coming. This is a king. It's a king. He was like, why is it when I come by myself, I have a king size bed? I'm like, are you serious? We got stuck with a double. I'm like, how is this an upgrade? Give us back the bigger bed. This is a king size bed. I love it. Especially because since he's gone so much, I've gotten used to spreading out. Like I will like spread out on the bed. And then I get stuck in this double bed and I'm like, I can't move. Just, I don't like it. I feel claustrophobic. Yeah, probably. He probably said, "Get me a king bed." And these pillows, I want to steal this pillow. I feel like I would like suffocate. This, like, you could drown in this pillow. It is so soft and cushy. Like, man, sleep on that wrong and you will suffocate. But yeah, it was funny. I was like, because even when like he was like, okay, I have a reservation for yada yada, yada. And they were like, okay, we upgraded your room. And he walked in and he went, how is this an upgrade? And it's a double bed. Oh, that was funny. But that's a good point. He maybe did. He was like, make sure that I have a king. Like, why do you need a king size bed for yourself? A double works. And then, I always wondered why, like, the color white or the lack of color, white makes me nervous. I don't have white sheets at home, but everything is white. Like, why does it have to be white? Does it have to be white? Like, I get maybe they want it to be generic and look clean, but it can look clean with another color. Like, white, every little imperfection. No, can't stand it. White towels, white bed, like white bed sheets, comforter, everything white. Like, no. See, I end up usually being on the side and I won't move. But sometimes when I'm struggling to get to sleep, I'll be like all over the place. I'm very restless. I sleep still, but I'm restless when I till I get there. So I'm like always turning over and then trying to get to sleep and then like turn over, and so I need the space. Hey, average girl. Good morning or afternoon now. How are you? But the night before last, I had the dog was scared of the thunder, so she was like right up against me on one side, and on the other side there was a cat. And then down by my feet there was a cat, and I'm like, I'm in a queen size bed and I feel claustrophobic because there's three animals like squashing me in. Average girl, I'm getting a ferret. Remember the ferret that I talked about that had the back issue? She had her spine dislocated. Do you remember that? Were you here when I was talking about her? I'm bringing her home. That's us every night. One cat at our head, one or two in the middle, and the dog. She is very sweet. She was purchased a few weeks ago by some couple who had a 2-year old, and the 2-year old ended up hurting her. I don't know how. Like, she stepped on her, or she did something, and so then they brought her back saying she was limping, and it turned out to be her spine. And I figured it was probably her spine because she was walking really funny. And like it's hard to describe. She was walking really funny and not like her usual spunky self, couldn't run, like just took very small little steps. Turned out her spine was dislocated. So the vet had come in and just kind of gave her a little chiropractic appointment. She's all good as new. Um, very, very, very sweet. All right, Ron, take care. Good to see ya. Have a good day. But yeah, she had her little chiropractic appointment with the vet, and now she's all good again. And I fell in love with her. She's super, super, super sweet. And they are giving me a little more than half off of her. And I'm going to bring her home. So excited. Her name is going to be Ivy. She loves to play. So I'm going to spoil her with toys. I'm going to get a battery operated bubble machine because she likes bubbles. Um, and she's just so super sweet. When I go to pick her up, I'm going to make sure that I got to cut her nails. Her nails are long. I've got like these scratches on my arm from her. Yes, she's so funny. She's hilarious. And when I'm wearing my scrub shirt, when I'm at work, I'll put her. She rolls herself up and sits in my pocket with her little head sticking out. Is the funniest thing. So there's like this lump with a head sticking out of my pocket. I I have to be careful anyway because if she gets anywhere near where Brinley is, Brinley will attack her. So um I definitely have to make sure that she's safe, just like I do all the other animals. All the other animals have to stay away from Brinley. So she'll just be yet another one that has to stay away from Brinley. She is. I mean, she killed my Shiloh. And my son lost another rat, Buddy. Um, he he was the only rat that when you'd rub him like right behind his neck or like on his back, he would wag his tail like his tail would do this. And it was so stinking cute. He was the only rat that would wag his tail out of all the rats we've had. And he passed away the other day. Yeah, they do. So now, like the new little one that I gave him so that Buddy wasn't alone is now alone. So Friday, when we get our new shipment in, I'm gonna look through our male rats and see who I can bring home for him, so that they're not so that the baby isn't alone. They had just bonded and we're doing good, and now Buddy's gone. So it's like he's gonna be alone now. I'll bring you another one. And that's the thing. If you get them at different ages and they die at different times, you have to like they can't be alone. They'll decline so quickly when because they'll get depressed. So it's like the cycle never stops. You always have to get one more to make sure that they're never alone. Which is why when Clemency passed away, I gave Mocha to my son because otherwise Riley, if who's already 2.5 years old, would decline really, really fast by herself. It's sad. Yeah, my wrinkles. Wrinkles. Stretch it out. I'm getting hungry, guys. Getting hungry. You had pet rats when the kids were little. I love. I never would have thought that I would ever have liked rats or brought any home. Yeah. And even if they're the same age, one could be healthier than the other and still outlive, you know, outlive everybody else and then be left alone. And hmm. It's so funny that. Are you sure they would be that way with them? Because my cats are just like, get it away from me. And Sage has actually licked them, like grooming them and snuggling them. Like, are you sure they would? Because I know that my cats have killed mice, like wild mice in the house. It's like my cats understand that this animal is allowed in here, so I have to leave it alone. No. And I also like when I brought my the pinkies home for the corn snakes, Sage ate the pinkies. I left them too long unattended and she ate the pinkies. So I know that they're still killers. But I was like, I was gonna feed those to the snakes. Now I gotta get more. She had two little pinkies for a snack. So given the opportunity, although they leave Remy alone and they leave the rats alone. So I don't know. That's so cute. That's so cute. I love when animals that you'd think don't get along wouldn't get along do. I love when that happens. Yes, Remy fights. Yes, he does. He does. So they probably would hurt him if he wouldn't fight back. He's like, "You're gonna come near me, I'm gonna bite you. You're gonna bat at me, I'm gonna bite your foot. You're gonna put your face near me, I'm gonna bite your face." You know, and they don't want. As soon as he like lunges out at them, they back off. They had the sweetest little conure at Petco. He was shy, but he had started to walk up to me. Then hubby popped up and ruined. It happens. Right now, we've got a really cute cockatiel at work who's very shy. We sold all our conures. We don't have any conures, but we have a cockatiel, and she's pretty sweet. I put my hand in. I'm like, we're gonna get you used to people, and she's like, get away! Like she's all over the cage. Like, don't come near me. Yeah, I agree. It's just it sucks up like I've the same felt the same way with Brinley, like when she killed Shiloh. I know she didn't necessarily do it intentionally. I still love her. I was angry. I was angry with her, but I get it. Yep. I get to bring Ivy home. I'm either gonna do it today or tomorrow. It depends on when I get home today. If I get home early enough before they close. If not, I'll do it tomorrow, but I'm not sure when tomorrow I would be able to do it just because I don't know when the tree people or the washing machine person is coming. But either today or tomorrow. She's such a sweetheart. I can't wait to show her on a stream. She's such a sweetheart. And of course, when she gets all in a playful mood, then trying to hold her is impossible because she keeps wanting to get down. She was like, don't hold me. I want to get down and play. She definitely needs her nails cut. They're very sharp and very long. So she needs those done. I'll probably have them cut before I bring her home. I'll take her out, cut them, bring her home. Have you ever seen how if you scruff a ferret, they can't help but yawn? If you scruff a ferret, they yawn. It's the funniest thing. Fuzzy slinkies or furry snakes, furry noodles. I've called her a little washcloth. She does this whole like prancing around like I'm gonna get you kind of thing, like a little cat. I'll have to do that. I don't know if I have any empty ones, but I'll buy her a little set. And I'll get little cat scratching posts and things like that too. And cats can use them too. Excuse me. Yep. I've heard about the cat toy. Anything that jingles and makes noise, they like. So, and I've also met ferrets that really like the tiny little dog Kong toys. We sell these little tiny Kongs. They're like that big. And the ferrets at work love it. So I'll probably get her a tiny little Kong. Yeah, so they don't ever really give us a window of when they're coming. So I'll just have to be there. I'll just have to be there and hope it happens. I mean, for the tree thing, I only have to be there long enough to sign the paper. And then after that, they're on their own. They can do their thing. The washing machine guy, however long that takes him. So it shouldn't be too bad. I just can't wait to get rid of the tree and the bushes. I'm excited about that. It was a long time in coming, and the house is going to look very weird not having any of that in front of it anymore. Yeah, a coworker of mine had one, and she said that she was always missing her socks, and there would always be a wad of socks under her bed because the ferret would steal her socks and hide them under the bed. Yes, it will definitely open the yard up. And then we can plant something else that looks better, that's not overgrown. Like, problem is, it's not that we let it get overgrown. It was overgrown when we moved in. So, there were areas of the bush that we couldn't, like the bushes in front, that we couldn't even reach to trim because they were so tall and in the middle of the bush, like we couldn't reach. So, like, we would trim what we could, and then there'd be this really long piece out here because we couldn't reach it. So I'm looking forward to opening all that up and then doing what we want to it. Anyway, I have been on for an hour and a half and I am hungry. So I think I'm going to let everybody go. And if anybody else is live, I will come and visit. Um, but I need to eat something. So I hope everybody has a great day. I didn't get my quiet time up, guys, because it's on here. I recorded it, but I can't post it because this Wi-Fi won't connect. So, dang nabbit. Um, I'll see if I can do it a different way. Maybe I'll do it a different way. Um, but hope everybody has a great day. It's good to see you guys. Have a good day, everybody. Bye bye.